Hey, what's up? Tim from the NBAA here. We're back with another rider pre-race meeting, and we've got a lot of fun things happening this weekend. We're going to be off to Flagstaff for stop number 2 of our Enduro series. This race is presented by Absolute Bikes. We thank them for their support, and we also want to thank Pivot Cycles, our financial supporter for the series. We have 4 awesome stages to run you guys on this weekend, and it's going to be a good weekend. There is some rain in the forecast for Friday, and the Forest Service is all good with us holding the race. They're not concerned with trail conditions. It'll be a little bit chillier, but Sunday looks nice. 55 degrees, I think I saw was the high, and it should be a nice day for some racing. So if you've taken some time to ride up in Flag over the last year or two, you've probably noticed a lot of new trails, and so big thanks and a shout out to all the Flagstaff volunteer crew, the fire crews, and all of the volunteers that have spent hours and hours, countless hours, building and rerouting a lot of the trails up in Flag. So lots of good stuff, directional trails, some of which we'll be riding on today. And if you haven't had the opportunity to ride in Flag, you're definitely in for a treat. So we're going to be running 4 stages this weekend, and it would have been great to hold the race last weekend when it was a little bit warmer, but the Forest Service gave us the option for this weekend or the following weekend, and those were really our only 2 dates. So we're going with October 20th, and in doing so, the other component is we are allowed to camp at the Fort Valley Trailhead, and that's why we're staging out of Fort Valley as opposed to like the Y. The parking lot was expanded, but it's not quite big enough to run an enduro race out of, as well as have day of parking spaces open. So we'll be starting over at Fort Valley Trailhead. You need to make sure you start and end your day at that trailhead. You'll pick up your timing chip, and you will return your timing chip at that location. If you do not pick up a chip, you won't get a time. If you do not return your chip, your time will not be counted. So there is camping allowed. On the website you can see the map. Just to the northwest, there's an area for camping, kind of a big dispersed area. Please don't camp down the 164B road or out in the forest. It's only for Friday and Saturday nights that we're allowed to camp, just on race weekend, and absolutely no fires, open pit fires of any kind. You're allowed to have a propane stove, but the Forest Service will be patrolling, and with the recent fires in the last couple of years, they will be ticketing hard. So no open pit fires, and otherwise camping is okay, like I said, just to the north and west. So we'll be starting out of Fort Valley Trailhead, little pedal over to the Y. You'll take Chimney Trail. You just look for the pink pin flags, and you'll work your way over to the Schultz Y, and then you'll pop onto Eldon Springs Road. So that'll give you a nice chance to warm up. We'll go through the start times here in a minute of what time you'll actually be rolling out. But give you a nice chance to pedal up. Eldon Springs Road is just a wide open gravel road. There is a gate a mile or so up. So once you pass there, there's no cars, and it's a pretty it's a long climb, but it's a fairly chill climb until you get towards the tippy top. So everybody except the beginner riders and the 10 to 12 riders will be doing all 4 stages. Beginner category and 10 to 12, you guys and gals will just be doing stages 2 and stages 3. So everyone's going to leave Fort Valley. You'll pick up your chip, head on out, go up Eldon Springs Road, and then the beginner and the 10 to 12, you guys won't pedal up as far. You'll see a sign with a red arrow that will kind of cut you off a little bit sooner on Eldon Springs Road, and then everybody else is going to continue up towards the top of Upper Sunset. And stage 1 will be Upper Sunset, and then you'll head back down to kind of transfer between stage 1 and 2, and you'll pedal up to Sail. That's a full Sail. That's where the beginner riders, you guys will cut off that stage 1, and your first stage will be Full Sail, stage 2. That's a sweet trail, kind of a flow, jump line trail. Nothing super technical, but lots of little kickers and jumps and fast and flowy. So that's a super fun stage. Then from stage 2, you guys will kind of pedal out through kind of towards the Sunset parking lot area and head up to stage 3, which is Lunar Tide, formerly Jedi, that was rerouted and realigned, I guess, and redone. So that's super fun. Stage 3, everyone's going to do stage 3. Once you get done with Lunar Tide, then the beginner and the 10 to 12 riders, you guys will turn left. We'll have signs there. And you get to just descend down Schultz Creek. And so that is a trail. It's a pretty fun downhill, but it won't be timed. It's not an official stage. We're actually not allowed to use that as a race time stage because of spotted owls and things like that. But you'll be able to cruise down there back to where you kind of started and crossed Schultz Creek Road, and you'll cross that again and work your way backwards towards Fort Valley. And then everybody else, you're going to pedal back up and head over to Meteoride, and little pedal, and then a kind of a flattish transfer over to the top of Meteoride, where Brookbank and Meteoride tee in together. And your stage 4 will be descending Meteoride. Then you'll be back down on Eldon Springs Road, and it's a relatively short pedal back to the Y, and then transferring back over to the Fort Valley Trailhead. So you need to return to Fort Valley with your chip, otherwise your time won't be counted, and then we'll have to fine you for the chip, and that won't be good. So make sure to start and end at Fort Valley Trailhead. If you signed up for the series and you have a plastic number plate, make sure to bring it. When you get done watching this video, go out, grab it, put it in your car right now. Otherwise, we'll have to issue you a new number plate, and then we'll have to charge you for that as well. So, series riders, don't forget your number plate. Let's go through the start times, or the check-in times, however you want to look at it. So, there won't be any packet pickup or anything on Friday, or on Saturday rather. We'll be out marking the course on Saturday, and so make sure you take a map and your trail forks in case you get out there early in the morning. We haven't finished marking everything, but we'll be out there all day Saturday. There may be some downed trees if we have some high winds and things, so we'll be out there cutting and cleaning up the trail if we need to. If you see anything, just give us a shout, either an email or an Instagram or something like that, and we'll make sure to get that cleaned up. So we will have a check-in time Sunday morning, so you don't have to show up to Fort Valley Trailhead until the times I'm going to list off on Sunday. And then you can pick up your number plate. If you haven't signed up for the series, you'll get a new number plate for this race, and then you'll pick up your ankle bracelet timing chip that'll go on your left leg. So the beginner and the 10 to 12 riders, since you guys are doing kind of a shorter route, we're sending you guys off first at 8:30. So you'll come to Fort Valley, pick up your number plate, pick up your timing chip, and then you can head out on course, and you'll be going directly to stage 2, and then stage 3, and then returning back. And then at 8:35, we'll send our expert men. You guys will be going up further, so the idea is the beginners will be getting out, in front of you, and getting out on a further stage down the line. So expert men, you guys will have a longer pedal and an extra stage to do. 8:35, 8:45 will be our U21 men. 8:55 our boys, 13, 14, and 15 to 16. And then 9 o'clock we'll send all the ladies together. At 9:15 we'll send our masters men, so the 40 plus and 50 plus. And then at 9:30 we'll send amateur men. And so we'll get you guys all rolling by 9:30 with, compared to sunrise, there's obviously a lot more pedaling, and it's a longer day, but in order to, make it 4 really fun stages, sunrise is kind of that anomaly where we're able to, use the chairlift. So more pedaling at this one, but super fun stages. And fall colors are popping. It should be a really nice weekend. Like I said, a little rain on Friday, but maybe Saturday morning. But then we should be smooth sailing for Sunday. I think that's everything I have for you. Again, really big thanks again to the Forest Service and all of the volunteers and trail crew leads and people who've worked on the trails and worked with the Forest Service on all these reroutes. And realignments and things. I know it'd be fun to use private reserve, and there's some other trails that are out in existence, but when it comes to a permitted event, we have to be able to use system trails. So it's great that some of these trails, like stages 3 and 4, Meteoride, Lunar, they were essentially road trails for many years, and they've been adopted into the Forest Service, made new rock features more sustainable. So big thanks to the Forest Service for kind of continuing to build. And if you haven't ridden at Eldon or just pulled up Trail Forks, you'll be really surprised. It's super fun. And so one last thing is, if you're going to pre-ride on Saturday, fairly easy to shorten the loop and shuttle out of the Y. As far as you could break it up into 2 loops. You could go park up at the Sunset Trailhead and hit Full Sail and Lunar Tide. You could loop around Upper Sunset and then over to Meteoride. So there's some ways to shorten up. You don't have to ride out of Fort Valley to pre-ride on Saturday. So anywho, hope you have a great weekend. If you have questions, shoot us a note. Our email's info@mbaa.net, and we'll see you out there.